Welcome back, everyone. Today, we have a story so bizarre it might just be the funniest international incident of the year. Imagine this. Kim Jong-un sends soldiers to help Putin in Ukraine, but instead of helping, these troops end up causing absolute chaos. And not for Ukraine, but for Russia. Buckle up, this is going to be a wild ride. So here's how it all started. Kim Jong-un, in his infinite wisdom, decided to support his buddy Putin by sending North Korean soldiers to Russia. But there was just one tiny problem. These soldiers weren't exactly elite. Think of them as more like extras in a bad war movie. These soldiers hadn't fired a gun in years. Some didn't even know how to hold one properly. Their weapons, let's just say they'd be more useful in a history museum. And their training, let's call it optional. But Kim Jong-un had a plan, or at least, he thought he did. He sent these troops to Russia, thinking they'd somehow make a difference. Spoiler alert, they did, but not in the way anyone expected. The moment these North Korean troops arrived, things started to go wrong. First, there was the language barrier. Imagine trying to coordinate a military operation when nobody understands each other. It was like a game of broken telephone, but with tanks and guns. And then came the friendly fire incidents. Yes, you heard that right. The North Korean soldiers ended up shooting at the Russian troops. Why? Some say it was a language mix-up. Others think they were just confused. In one instance, a group of North Korean soldiers mistook Russian troops for the enemy. Before anyone could explain, chaos erupted. By the end of it, more Russian soldiers were down than Ukrainians. Can you imagine Putin's reaction? Here he was, expecting reinforcements, and instead, he got this. It's like ordering a pizza and getting a salad. Meanwhile, Kim Jong-un was probably sitting back in Pyongyang, laughing his head off. Was this his plan all along? Send useless soldiers, cause chaos, and then watch the show. If it was, you have to admit, it's kind of genius. But let's not forget the soldiers themselves. These poor guys were just trying to survive. They were thrown into a war they didn't understand, with orders they couldn't follow, and allies who probably wanted to keep their distance. By the end of it, the Russian military reportedly reassigned many of these soldiers to non-combat roles. Some were sent to dig trenches, others to cook meals. One report even mentioned a group being put in charge of laundry. This situation highlights the challenges of international alliances. When you bring in troops who aren't trained, don't speak the language, and aren't motivated to fight, you're asking for trouble. So what's the takeaway? Sometimes help isn't really helpful. Kim Jong-un might have thought he was being clever, but in the end, he gave Putin a headache he'll never forget. What do you think? Was this an honest mistake? Or did Kim Jong-un prank Putin on an international scale? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more hilarious and unbelievable stories from around the world. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.